I went to my first singles event last night, and it's come to my attention that you guys all want to know what that event was, and it's a lot better than online dating, let me tell you. Even if it's just because you left your house and like socialized and got used to like conversations with people in real life, because online dating is nothing like that, and you may never even meet that person, and it's just like such low effort and frustrating.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we've got a video for you from Man Guide taking a look at Boston singles events and a string of women and men breaking down why these mixers are all women and modern dating is falling apart. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, and let's jump right into it.
Nothing is more humbling than getting all dressed up and then having to drive in Nissan Altima. Like getting down into a low car to drive in your heels, and it actually makes me want to Uber everywhere.
This is one of those clips, guys, where like you watch it and you just wish you got that time back. Like, you know, you're not getting those seconds of your life back that you watched this video clip for. It's crazy how women will post crap like this and think that people actually care. How insane.
I just got back from a singles event here in Boston. It was at South Boston at a virtual golf place, and the event itself was great. The people that ran it were amazing, and the organization was great. You got a drink ticket, you got to play golf for a few hours and also mingle with the other singles there. I've been to other events similar to this in the city, both speed dating and then also other mixer type events, and I feel like the takeaways have been the same, and that I've met so many great, amazing, beautiful, successful women at these events, but there's not really great guys attending these events.
Ah, yes, the absolute classic. The women are amazing and the men are just not up to the correct standard. Here's the thing, guys. When these women just come out and say men are not up to our standards repeatedly, men are simply not going to try. And just by the way, the chads that these women want have no reason to go to these events at all. So good luck with that one.
It was a singles event, and when I got there, it was literally 90% women. And I was like, I'm gonna go now.
She walked into a singles event that was 90% women and it caught her off guard. That ratio is the whole answer that she keeps stepping around here.
We just left the event. So bad. I think we were just saying that we think that we've actually hit rock bottom.
No, it was actually
we think we've actually hit rock bottom, and I think we were either punked, catfished,
like
or
it felt like a sick joke. I was like literally thinking to myself, like, why am I like, how did I get here?
Let's be honest, guys, even if you went to these mixers events, right, you would still get roasted and get called inadequate anyway, and this is why the dudes don't even bother going.
Look at what's going on. When you're going out to clubs, single events, there's not going to be a lot of men there, okay? It's going to be a lot of women, all right? We were lied to. Our aunties, mamas, they lied to us. They said we had tons of time. They said we could do whatever we wanted to do, get your career and do this, that. And look what's happening. Look at these single events being all women. And it's probably not going to be the top of the pop crowd that the men are looking for. They're not looking for a lot of single, bitter women. Okay? So I want you to think about that. When you're sitting there being picky and saying what you won't do, and how you won't be submissive, and how you won't do this if they don't do this, if they're not this tall, if they don't make this amount of money, these are your options. These are your options. And this is why I do this. This is why I do this on my platform, because I'm trying to get women to understand this is what's going on. This is reality. Showing up to singles events and it being 90% women. This is what's going to go on. You get what's left. Okay?
This woman finally admits that the clubs and the mixers are all women and no men. She was sold a plan about having it all later, and it left her in a room full of women looking for the men. How hilarious.
There's always going to be an exception to every rule. Okay, there's always an exception to every rule, but that is not the rule. That is an outlier. And for me, I just can't bring myself to do it. Honestly, I just can't see myself doing the whole, all right, here you're on a date with this person for 5 minutes and then you're on a date with the next person for 5 minutes. I don't know. I don't even know if that's how it really happens. I don't know if that's just a movie thing or if that's really how it works. How does it work? I will say though, my friend did go to a singles event and she said that she literally went there just so she can get comfortable talking to men because she was so introverted. She said, I wasn't going there looking for a man. I was just going there to get comfortable speaking to men. I'm like, girl, okay. I think if you're going there, one, for that or for a plot or really to just, get into the dating world, fine. But I think if women are going there like expecting to find their husband, lower the expectations. But yeah, I think if you are actually actively looking for a partner and you're like, man, the men's are not at the single event, they're not gonna be there, girls. Especially the men's you're looking for, they're not gonna be there. Go to the places men's want to be, okay? Go to the bars, go to the sporting events.
Yeah, let's be honest. The reason why these women don't like these events or they think they suck is because they think they are entitled to a higher quality of men than the 3 men who attend out of 100+ women. You understand what I'm saying, guys? Like, they trash on it because they want chads, but chads have no reason to go to these things.
Not me truly believing that I was being like sexy and mysterious at a singles event, only for a guy to approach me and ask, are you okay, with genuine concern. And then I panicked because I was like, something about my face must imply that I'm not okay. So I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm just looking for my roommate. So then he was like, what does your roommate look like? And then he tracked down my roommate and delivered me to him as if I was a lost child at a grocery store. And then he just walked away. Like, he wasn't there to be in love with me. He was just there to make sure that I got home okay. And I did, so thank you.
This reminds me of one of the clips that we played at the beginning of the video, guys, like where women will say crap like this as though they're on a soap opera or some drama television show, as if people care what happens moment to moment in their lives. Truly astonishing, really, when you think about it.
We were just having general chit chat for about a minute and a half. And then I just asked her, I said, hey, how are you finding your first event at this singles event? And she goes, are you serious? Do you not hear what I said? I said, sorry, what? And she goes, you clearly don't listen to people. I told you how many times I've been to these events. And I said, oh, sorry. Look, it's been a long day. And she goes, no, you're just clearly not a very observational type of person. And my client looked at me and he's like, bro, what fucking hole did this girl crawl out of? And I looked at him, I'm like, it's okay, just leave it. So I laughed it off. And I said, that's okay, look, it's been a long day. I guess that's a strike, 1 strike against my name. And she goes, no, you've just got a big strike against you as a person. I was like, wow, like, you just want to keep pouring salt on that wound. My client was just like, bro, this is why I choose not to go out and try and meet women anymore, especially here in Melbourne. And so, I changed the topic. And I'm like, so what have you noticed tonight? How are you finding things? And she just turned it back to me and goes, I don't know. What are you noticing? And I was like, man, this girl has attitude.
Yeah, see, this is exactly what you get for actually going to these events, by the way. This was totally going to happen to you from the start, and this kind of attitude is exactly why men don't bother with these things. The women think they're entitled to giga chads, and every other dude will just get treated like garbage. Waste of time.
I said, all right, well, I think I've noticed a lot of guys, they come here by themselves, and they're usually socially anxious. I can tell, because they're a bit shy, they're not really initiating conversations. And she goes, well, why don't you go talk to them than be so judgmental? And I looked at her and man, I was so tempted to just say, what the fuck is your problem? Like, it's clearly very clear why you're single. I wanted to fucking say that, but I just looked at my client and I wanted to be a good example and I just laughed it off and I said, you know what? And then we just turned around and I said, yeah. He goes, bro, what the fuck was that? And I said, yeah, just ignore it. It's 1 out of every 10 that you'll get a bad egg like that. Just 1 out of 10. It's a law of average. So my message to people when they come to these events, whether you have a shitty day or whether your life is just fucking shitty right now, don't come to these events trying to pull people down. You got to understand, both men and women come to these events because they're socially anxious. A lot of the times they come by themselves and they're out there to meet people. And if someone's coming in with the attitude to just try and fucking unleash thunder and unleash shit because they've had a shitty day, man, just stay home. Don't even come out at all. That's my fucking 2 cents for.
And notice how she goes on to get like offended on behalf of men or something here. Again, right? This is exactly why dudes don't want to bother with this stuff. The women are just absolutely ridiculous at these places, and they will treat men like complete garbage, and they will try and shame you and insult you, and it's just not worth the time.
Black men especially, please answer me this. Why is it that many of y'all refuse to go to curated dating events? I'm talking about events where the vibes are already set, the ambiance is right, the music is good, the drinks are flowing. You're basically guaranteed to meet somebody who's actually interested in you and is serious about dating. You're pretty much set up to.
This woman asks why men skip these curated events when the odds are supposedly handed to them. Let's be honest, the odds are not handed to men in dating. This is completely delusional. It doesn't matter if there are 50 women in the room and like 3 dudes, you are still going to get trashed on anyway.
My question is it that dating events like this require a certain type of intention and vulnerability, and the patriarchy taught you that pursuing connection with effort somehow makes you less masculine or something? Because the patriarchy told y'all that you're supposed to just stumble into love and not actually prepare for it? Because we see how that's turning out.
I love how this woman then goes on to blame the patriarchy for men not chasing connection hard enough. Yeah, see, the thing about chasing connection is you actually have to give men a reason to want to pursue you, and let's be honest, these women don't really have a reason to give to men.
I've been seeing a lot of singles events actually for the past year now. And ladies, I really don't feel like you're going to find your next Prince Charming, suitable bachelor man there. And I say that because every time I see these videos, I just see like fair women. And it sucks because I actually considered going to one day. And then I thought to myself, I don't even feel comfortable going to these things. Simply because you never know what you're going to get. And I feel like people do the craziest things when they are desperate. I think they should change the name from singles events more to like a social event. So there's not the pressure of you going there thinking that, okay, everyone's here to find a mate. On top of that, I just don't see that a guy that is confident, secure, and fully capable of approaching women going here. Simply because they can just do it on their own. Like they just approach women on the street. Which means, why would somebody that is fully confident and capable of doing it on their own go somewhere and pay to do it? So ladies, I don't think you should go.
I have a better idea than renaming the events. Why don't you just stop doing them altogether? They are clearly a waste of time. Men are not really interested in going, and yet they continue to run, probably because they're trying to fleece money out of desperate women, I assume.
I went to my first singles event last night, and it's come to my attention that you guys all want to know what that event was, and it's a lot better than online dating, let me tell you. Even if it's just because you left your house and like socialized and got used to like conversations with people in real life, because online dating is nothing like that, and you may never even meet that person, and it's just like such low effort and frustrating. So the company is called Thursdays, and they are a worldwide company. I think I found it from ChatGPT. I was like, where can a girl go dating with intention that isn't like going out? I'm not trying to go out to the bar on the weekend. I'm old now, and I don't want a man that's doing that either. I'm not trying to date a partier. So that gets confusing. Unless you are like set up from a friend and you hit it off, like it's hard to meet people. So I will try and find the Thursdays social media and tag them, but they have events all over the world. It's not just San Diego. And they have another event in San Diego in like a couple weeks. And they have one in New York soon. You can like check their website to see what city you're in and check to see when their next event is. It was actually a lot of fun.
Good for this woman if she actually enjoyed herself over there, but let's be honest, the men probably did not, right? Like, these events, guys, are completely a waste of time, and the dudes who go, like, the women will say, oh yeah, I had a great time socializing, but notice how they don't really find boyfriends or husbands out of this whole deal.
Everyone has an opinion. Here's mine. By now, I am certain you've heard about the viral video where a woman talks about an epic fail at a Dallas singles event. Her complaint was that no men were there per usual. My opinion on the situation is this. Ladies, didn't you guys ask us to stop harassing you? Didn't you ask us to not talk to you, to not bother you? Remember, masculinity is toxic. Remember, the future is feminine, or female, excuse me, right? girl power and girl math and girl bossing and all of the other shit that you guys talked about, right? Why in the world are you throwing singles mixers? Why in the world are you throwing singles mixers where you hoping that men will show up? I don't understand that. I'm not, the logic isn't computing. And then for those of you say, well, us telling you guys to leave us alone is just a cheap cop out for you guys actually leaving us alone. And I'm like, you damned if you do, damned if you don't. Most men understand the truth. And the truth is that women have been exposed. We know the game now. Most of us are aware of how women truly operate.
This guy reminds women that they asked men to back off, stop approaching, stop bothering them, and called masculinity toxic. Now the same crowd throws mixers and wonders why no men show up. Make it make sense, guys.
There are only a very limited amount of women who are actually selfless, who are actually quality, who are actually wifey material. This is why the Bible tells you in Proverbs 31 that to find a wife is a good thing, suggesting that she was already a wife when you found her. The problem is most of these women, especially the women showing up at singles events, are not wifey material. Now, they may claim to be wifey material. Oh, I cook, I clean, I got my own place, I got my own car. But sis, at the big age that you are at right now, how did you make it this far in life without somebody wifing you up? If you were really as quality as you say that you are, if you're really as the package that you're offering, if you're really that, then why are you still by yourself? Why are you even showing up at singles mixers? Don't you understand that's low-hanging fruit? Quality men don't show up to singles mixers. One, because think about as a man how low on the totem pole you would have to be and how desperate you'd have to be to show up at a singles event. Or the only other reason why a man with half of a backbone and some self-dignity and respect would show up to a singles mixer is so that he can prey on the desperation of all of the desperate women that are there in attendance. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you're at a singles mixer, it reeks of desperation.
He argues that women at these events call themselves wife material with little to back it up, and I totally agree, guys. Like, these women think they are deserving of commitment and men pursuing them, but really that is hardly the case from what I've seen.
It is what it is, because people who can get people, and when I mean people who can get people, I mean men or women who can garner the attention of the opposite sex, have no need to show up at singles mixers or singles events. We actually just know how to be dope in real life, how to be a vibe in real life. And unfortunately, most women just aren't great people. They're not great people to hang around. They're not great people to talk to. They're not great people to have in your circle. In fact, most of them present themselves as liabilities, headaches, and bills. And fellas, if you know like I know, why the fuck would you intentionally set yourself up for that? And that's not even coupling the children the women that have children. And then you want to go and sign yourself up for a headache and a bill plus a kid that you didn't make. Nothing about that makes sense. Nothing. Now, this isn't to be disrespectful to the women out there. Sis, you go do you. I wish y'all all well. I hope you are all successful. I hope you get that bag. I hope you got all the money in the world. I hope that money keeps you warm at night. But sis, you created this shit. Now, you made the bed, lay in it. That's just my opinion, though. Love to know yours. Drop a like, comment, share this video.
This dude's point here is that people who can actually attract significant others do not need a mixer for it, and obviously the women are very upset about it because chads are not actually attending these things. Obviously the reason why is simply because they do not need to. If you would like to get early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, make sure you check out the members area link below in the video description. Otherwise, make sure to click on one of these videos on screen now if you enjoyed. Make sure you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.